Turn your mask on, Andrew. Really just said to do. Damn it.
Did you tack funny?
I tacked funny because I fucking didn't turn my visor on.
That's okay. You just have a little.
Oh,
oh.
It didn't dim.
Oh no.
I hate that.
I know that feeling. Don't get archived.
Alrighty, pretty productive today. Been working since about 10 o'clock this morning. It's like now 3 or 4. I've got basically most of the suspension in the rear kind of settled in. Once over everything, tighten up a few things real quick, and then I'm gonna move on to putting the calipers on the backing plates and the rotors on as well. I gotta service the diff today, so we'll probably do that next. All right, I spared you all the details of putting the brakes together. You've already seen it. If you really need to know, go back a couple episodes, you see me put the front brakes together. The rears are no different. Couple bolts, slide them on. Leaving the pads out for now because I have to take them back off to do the rear parking brake. I'll probably have to fiddle with the front for something. Maybe I could throw the pads in. Maybe I'll do it later. I am going to quickly service the diff, clean up the covers, and throw it back in the car. So yeah, I took it out. It was loosely bolted in. I just wanted to test fit it because I got rid of the rear studs and I'm using bolts instead, just for serviceability. It's a lot better. So I don't know what state it was really in when I took it out of the car in California. So what I'm gonna do is probably just pop off the rear cover and clean it up so it's like, gets rid of all of this garbage and a little bit of overwipe from the POR. And then we will bolt it back in the car quite easily now. Like honestly, with the bolts, it takes 5 minutes to get the diff in. And before it was probably like, I don't know, half hour, 40 minutes, because you gotta take the entire like front cross member out and the whole 9, and it just wasn't a fun time, so. All right, I'm gonna get to it. Well, the gasket looks fine, so I guess we're just gonna reuse that. I'm gonna take the diff cover, and wire wheel it clean, and then I'm gonna spray it with wax and grease remover and clear coat it so that it looks a little bit better. And then we're good. All right, diff cover is kind of cleaned up and gave it a coat of clears. I use some copper gasket spray. This stuff from Permatex works really good. Takes up any light tolerances and stuff that are in the gasket and helps seal. So rattled these on, and we're gonna throw this back in the car. Everything is kind of buttoned up under here, except for just gotta put brake pads in, but gotta wait for the e-brake stuff for that. So I'm gonna throw the axles in and make sure they fit and make sure travel's still good with them and everything, and that I can turn them freely. So. All right, everybody, quick update before the battery dies and before I'll probably call it a night or just take a break at least. The axle's in. I tested it through, like, you know, full droop. It's free. Had it kind of halfway through compression. It was free, and had it like full compression, like lifting the car off the jack, and the axle was moving free. But I won't know for sure until I get the other side in, but I'm gonna struggle with that later. I really need to take a break right now. Like, I can barely move. Fairly good progress today. I'm very happy with, you know, the brakes are settled. We're probably in a good spot to, like, call it decent enough for now, and then move along to doing the interior stuff, seats, clean it up, get it ready to install the wiring harness. I'm gonna go chill for a little bit, and then I'll come back down later tonight, clean up and reassess, and figure out where we're going from here. See y'all in a few. It is a new day. Very productive yesterday. The entire rear end is pretty well buttoned up, about 98%. Just need some parking brake hardware and just double check everything once the car is together, when it's nut and bolt time. Today, we're mounting seats. I got my Sparco R100s. I don't know if I've shown you guys these yet, but we'll do a little tour of them. They're not, you know, it's a seat, but let's check it out. These are a fantastic kind of budget option seat. They're reclinable. The only real downside of these seats is the ass section. The bolsters aren't too deep, so you're still gonna move around under heavy G's a little bit, but the side bolsters are gonna help with that. It's just the bottom part that you might be wiggling around. On these seats, apparently, these levers are very brittle, very prone to cracking, and you do have to grab both sides at the same time to recline the seat. So if, like, you know, somebody that's never been in the car gets in and they grab one side, there's high potential that you could rip them off. They are some nice fabric material. I wanted fabric just because I kind of want to keep with the Spartan look in the interior. There was like leather and Alcantara options for a couple bucks extra. I prefer this look. It's a little bit more neutral, and it's got more of a classic look to go with the sort of Y2K 90s theme of the car. Yeah, I got these with the Sparco rails. I think we're 80 bucks extra each, American, and they bolt right up the car. You just use some, I think it's 1.25 thread pitch M8 bolts, and they just bolt in right. Let's see if I can see it. That's the guy there. Yeah, I can't really get to it. Focus. There we go. M8 bolt goes right in the bottom of the seat. You can bolt those up. Now what I have to do is I have to make rails to adapt these to the GC mounts. I'm gonna turn most of that steel, or all of that steel, into brackets and mounts, and we're gonna get these things in today. Or at least the driver's side, I don't know. We'll see how far we get. But first I'm gonna throw the steering column in so that I have a good reference to the steering wheel and everything, where the position's at. And then we'll get these things mounted up. Who that guy? Introduce yourself, sir. Hold on.
My name is Steven. My name is Steven, and I am here as support, moral support. As you know, he's been struggling a little bit, and he could use the extra boost.
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 Boost is nice. So I made tabs for the front. I measured them on the passenger side and basically transferred them over the driver's side. Same as before when I mounted the GR seats. Just simple tabs, and then I'm going to run crossbar that I'm going to sit the seat rails on, and I think I'll probably end up welding them because it'll just give me a little bit more adjustability. So I'm going to tack this in the car and then take it out, fully weld it. Just kind of give it 2 quick tacks, and that should do it. Decent. All right. That's tacked. So I'm gonna take it over the bench and fully weld it out. Ooh, hot. This is all to avoid burning massive holes in my brand new seats. If they were shitty, I would just weld them on the seats. But I prefer these to remain nice. All right, well, that'll work. Just move all the crap left in the way. If I get the back to sit right there.
It seems very angled.
Lean it back a bit.
I think. It's pretty far back. Like I don't like sitting.
I like being pretty upright myself.
Got some more figuring out to do. The angle is pretty decent. I think I kind of could actually rock it forward a little bit, which I have to anyway because it sits too low in the back to clear the sliders clearing the tabs. So I got some figuring out to do. See you in a bit. Ow, that's hot. Ball sack.
He doesn't know how loud he's yelling with his earplugs in.
No, I don't. Ow.
Yes.
do you think? Should I lop that off? For character, we'll leave it there so it looks janky.
Okay.
It's pretty fucking solid.
Nice.
Doesn't really move much. But that side is gonna be 10 times better.
Hey, Andrew. I'm passing these shavings on to you.
That was a close shave.
Eh.
Really feeling pretty scrappy right now. Sometimes I got this metallic exterior, but I'm just all pixie dust underneath. Bad puns, everybody. All right, it is several days later, and we have a set of Sparcos in the GC. Mounts are all done up and half-ass painted. Sliders work. They are done. Hey guys, so it's been a few days. Ooh, geez, that's bright sun. It's been a few days. Had Steven and Jamie here hanging out, help me out, get the seats welded up. All that beautiful B-roll you just saw, which was actually shot by Steven. I handed them camera and said, go nuts. And thanks, man. It looked awesome. So yeah, I've been having a lot of progress this week. Everything is starting to fall together, and I got 9 days. 9 days to get this thing pretty well a complete car. Turning over, ready to run, on its wheels, suspension all done, chassis all done, somewhat of an interior, wired, and that thing in the engine bay. I'm waiting for my wiring. UPS fucked up and shipped it to Kentucky. At least they overnighted it, but they overnighted it to the wrong place, and I won't see it till tomorrow, which is Thursday, which leaves me exactly a week to put the wiring in, put the motor in, hook everything up, get all the odds and ends tied up, and get this thing finished. One thing that I'm working on right now, really awesome, waited like 2 months for this shit. PowerFlex sent the right bushings to me. I talked to them on the phone, they confirmed all the measurements and everything. Unfortunately, I was an idiot, I didn't overnight them, and Canada Post takes forever, so they're here now, I'm happy. I'm gonna get this side together. I've already kind of mocked up this side and got them all sort of loosely together. I have to Loctite these bolts and throw some washers on them, and then we're good to go. But I'm throwing these in right now. We're putting the front sway bar on, and then the front suspension is done. So front sway bar is in, front end is pretty well all together. I'm just gonna tuck the brake pads in there real quick, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna do it for this episode. I am currently gonna be working on some nitpicky stuff that I just wanna bang out before we start the next episode. And then last little bit of parts show up. I actually just got back from grabbing the new gas pedal from an
04 STI. Got it brand new in box, which is pretty sweet. Thank you to Ian that met me out in Coquitlam and gave me a good price on it. Got some figuring out to do with making it work with this old setup. Pretty sure what I'm going to do is just lop off the bottom half of this where it's curved out and weld in some bracketry to match the height of the pedal. This one there. Bolt through it or whatever I gotta do. Just weld in some nuts. Do some trickery, but I have the ability to stick metal together and I'm actually getting decent at it, so I think I'll be able to make this work. I'll pick the camera back up in a little bit and start rolling in the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you like what you see here, if you like what I'm doing with the GC and all the cars, please hit the subscribe button. Share this with your friends. Leave a comment. Do all that fun stuff. Every little bit supports the channel, supports what I'm doing here. Really appreciate it. Again, I gotta say thank you to all 500 people that are the first 500 subscribers to the channel. Really awesome to have you here, and I'm glad you enjoy what I do as much as I enjoy doing it. With all that, I'm just gonna putter and try and get stuff done. Take it easy, guys. As always, be kind, drive hard, and hopefully, pretty soon, we're getting there. I will see you on the road in the GC. Later. All right, guys. It's actually the day after I filmed the outro, but a couple things showed up today. Well, I picked up one, which I will show you right now. Got our new one-piece drive shaft. It fits, but it's a little bit short. It might work. I have to check the splines on it, but if I have to get it remade, I'll probably send it out tomorrow. But like the tube length, the tube width and everything is good. And everything spins freely. One of the absolute massive pieces of the puzzle got dropped off right after I got home with the drive shaft. Let me show you. That's right, we got a shipment from iWire. This is the merged harness for the GC. I already kind of had it out and looked at it, but this is an 04 STI harness merged with my GC8 harness, and it's got a new fuel pump controller in there. All the fuses and everything are all, you know, they do everything. Everything is gonna plug and play, is gonna go right in the car, and it's just gonna work. I'm not gonna have to worry about it. All the sheathing and everything is all freshened up. All the old GC8 stuff is kind of still old GC8 stuff, but you know, all of it's there. Got my old battery cables, which I might actually redo these because I don't really like these terminals that much after all. Fuse panel, all the grommets and everything to put through the firewall are in there. And then I also ordered from them a wideband O2 kit with an AEM gauge, so it's all the plug and play stuff. So it's all kind of plug and play. All new, like nice Deutsch connectors, all the terminals for the gauge itself. We got an AEM wideband gauge, got a wideband O2 sensor, which I actually found out that in the downpipe I had one of these already because the car, when I bought it, came with an AEM wideband that just needed to be wired. Stupid me, I didn't wire it. So that's our wideband O2. They include instructions. You can install everything without issue. iWire also provides a ton of information on their website and their YouTube channel. They have absolutely everything you can need to do all these installs on there. And if you are ordering products from them, they're happy to answer all your questions through email or by calling the shop. The other thing that I have from them is the DC-CD controller. So this is to control the center diff on the transmission. These are all the plugs and everything that you need with the LED display. This is the control box for it, so we'll have to find a spot to mount that. I'm guessing I'll probably do it up in the passenger area of the dash where I'm taking out the airbag. And we're going to use it with the stock rocker switches that I salvaged from the 04 STI harness that I brought home from California. put that all together. All right, guys, I'm leaving you on a cliffhanger. I'll be installing this stuff over the next couple days, and then that motor is gonna go in the car. So you better subscribe, you better check back. I'll see you right here next time where we're gonna get this car completed. Later.
He's got a purple tune. Ew, gross. Good crackle tune, bro. Does it crackle? Snap, crackle, pop? Kellogg's Rice Krispies.
Why do all Filipinos like that?
He is Filipino, isn't he?
Yes.
I could have sworn he was Thai.
Nope, nope, nope. Definitely Filipino.
Okay, so he is Filipino. You can help counteract it by actually use tea bags on your eye.
Yeah, I'll teabag your eye.
Oh, for f***'s sake, Steven.
Holy.
Excuse me, I asked for medium well.
I can see it through my eyelids. Whoo!